Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see, the Baylor Bears taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Miami Hurricanes. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Bears will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Wide receivers, running backs, you see them. They're interchangeable now. You see each playing different positions and handing the ball to wide receivers like you get here. You know, wide receivers are getting the ball more and more in space, but you're also trying to hand them the football so they can make some plays, get more touches, especially those good guys. Not a great game, but definitely a good job of getting the wide receiver involved in the run. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
So Baylor's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Floats it out in space. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Williamson. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Bears moving quickly to the line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He got it.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Trying to break the plate on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy. Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carries.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Give to the running back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Now, 4th down.
They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Nothing but green ahead. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
On the option. Quick toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Miami. AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, when Wisconsin and Iowa get together, they play for the right to own the Heartland Trophy, and here's how it went down. Iowa steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Iowa City a ton of confidence. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Line gets set, first down. Defense looks as if it's coming. He'll keep it himself. At the 35, he's open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Bears headed quickly to the line.
Yeah, and when I got a guy like that at QB, I'm going to give him the ball early and often. I'm going to let this dude do him because give him multiple options. He makes the right decisions, you could tell. But in the end, he's got speed, playmaker. I want to find ways to continue to get him the ball, let him make decisions, and make plays like this.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little watermelons, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Bears decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. First down for this offense. Running back goes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Moving past the 25. Oh, look out, there he goes. At the 30. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it first and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cave. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. kickoff team out there getting set. He'll bring it out. It's small. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to
hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. To the air on first down. Got the quick pass.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Makes the grab on the left. On the move at the 30. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on the line, it's really nice to have that.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man all by himself. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. And that is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in South Florida than you? A captivating start to this one. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Might as well give it to him again. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run of the board, but it was very successful in making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They've got the screen set up. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner goes down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do.
Can anyone catch him? The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting his kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Boise State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And this will be caught at the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he's looking downfield. Discards a man. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good.
That makes the score Miami 21.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run. Time to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Offense working from the pistol. This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Still on his feet at the 40. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. And the Canes are in the hurry-up.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
On the option. He'll pitch it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. At the 40, there he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. And the Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. This is a designed run. Touchdown, Miami! And the stomping has commenced. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Finds his big tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. He wants to throw it again. He's got the back in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. And they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Canes. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Baylor has him back, and here comes the Bear offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Fires to the right. He's got an open man. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Getting some heat. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
Well, that incompletion really tells the story of this football game. If you don't score touchdowns, it's really hard to win games. They haven't found themselves in the end zone at all in this game. Throwing it, running it, they have been completely dominant.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Makes the grab. Racing to the right. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives. The coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and trying to ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Texas is dominating this one, and you can bet the good folks in Denton are loving every aspect of this offense. They're up by 29 over Auburn. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Pressure coming. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Bears line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. You can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Quick completion on the out. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. A run for the quarterback. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. The option look. He'll pitch it. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Moves away as he feels pressure. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better.